Okay, so I don't know if this background looks okay, but if it doesn't, I apologize in advance. But my babies are sleeping, it's late, and I'm trying to go to sleep. But today we're gonna be talking about white people. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My hair is gonna get into a frizzy mess really soon. So I'm gonna try to get my points out quick. But today we're gonna be talking about the deeply rooted issue, problem, whatever you want to call it, with white people. And the reason I'm making this video is because I have not heard anybody explain it this way. I have not heard anybody talk about it in this sense. But what I'm about to talk about is more of like a psychological type of thing. But anyway, I'm gonna play a clip from a video called Being Black in South Korea in 2021. Okay, if I can't play the clip for like legal reasons, then I'll insert a quote of what the guy was saying. So here's the clip.
Of the reason why I got divorced is because the person that I was with put me below her because of the color of my skin. So then she looked down on me quite a lot. And like there's almost this like joke within the foreigner community that no matter how much of a bum you are, if you're white, people will lift you up. And it was that kind of case. Is that no matter what I do, I worked in companies, I learned Korean, I did everything, but then at the end of the day, she still treated me like I was just inherently below her in.
Okay, so inherently below you in society. Now think about that for a second. And just disclaimer, in this video I will be generalizing a group of people. So if you don't like that, I would suggest that you click out of the video. Go watch my other videos. I have other videos. So in today's society, part of the reason why racism is so prevalent and rampant is because of what I like to call the white people pedestal. And to explain that, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever met a white person or white people, whatever the case is, and just something about them, maybe like the way they look at you or the way they act around you versus other people, have you ever felt like there's just something like off, like, oh, maybe a slight arrogance, or maybe they feel slightly better than you, or they don't take you seriously, these little things. Have you guys ever felt that? Well, it comes from the fact that in society, in life, whenever something is told to you from the day you are born, you will live up to that and you will believe that. Trust me, I've worked with children for 2 years, and one thing that I realized is that they will prove you right. If you tell a child that he is smart, he will prove you right. If you tell a child, if you act around a child like he's the problematic child, you treat him that way, he will live up to that. Trust me. This is so underestimated. People don't talk about that. People don't talk about that. But when you tell something to someone and you hammer it in their head, they will live up to that. And that is what's happening with white people. And no, by the way, before you click out, I'm not talking about, oh, they're taught racism. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that white people are told by everybody, including us minorities, especially us minorities, they're told that they have privilege in society. They are told that they have the upper hand in society. Now, if you're told this from your entire life, and there's even people that tell white people, use your privilege for good, use your privilege, like, you know what I'm saying? And I understand the intention. 100%. And I understand us having to, explain to white people why systemic racism is a thing. But at the same time, you have to understand that they don't have to be outwardly racist. They don't even have to be racist. They don't have to be consciously racist. They don't have to be none of that. But if they know, and if they, go around society, even subconsciously, they will act like they have the upper hand. They will act like they have privilege. Now, mind you, they don't do this consciously. Like, some of them do, but not all of them. Some of them just, they don't even know it. They just go around being white. You know what I'm saying? And that is part of being white, is that you're told that you have privilege. You're told that you have the upper hand in society, and you're going to act like it. That's why when you meet white people and, you know, they're cool, you know, they're not racist or anything like that, but they still think they're better than you. They will still treat you like they're better than you. Trust me, I have experienced this shit myself. They will feel superior even without knowing it. Trust, it's like, it's a psychological thing. You know, I'm always talking about psychology. It's a psychological thing. And just like the guy in the clip said, this is why I played you the clip. Just like the guy in the clip said, they could be married to you. They could be straight up married to you, and they will still treat you like they're superior to you. You could literally have a better job than them. You could be in a better position than them. You could have more money than them. They will still treat you like they're better than you. And we encourage this. We say it so much that it's a trend now to say, white people, use your privilege for this. White people, use your privilege. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them like a superpower, pretty much. That's what you're doing. You're putting them on a pedestal before they even put themselves there. You know, you are treating them like they're gonna be a superhero if they use their privilege. And now I'm not saying that we don't have to teach white people, you know, how systemic racism works. I'm not saying that at all. We do have to tell them how it is, but at the same time, it's about approach. It is about approach. Now, I don't really know. I don't got the solution. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the solution as to how to do that. But at the same time, understand that us constantly hammering white people and telling them you have privilege, they're going to act like it. They're going to act like it. You already put them up there. They're gonna look down. You put them up there, they're going to look down. Also, I saw a clip of, I think it was on the YouTube channel, The Rational National, where he speaks about politics and stuff like that. But he was talking about how racism is now being taught to kindergartners, and he played a clip of a cartoon that is being shown to kindergartners to teach them about racism. And in that clip, it's a 5-year-old black girl talking to a 5-year-old white girl, telling the 5-year-old white girl, oh, we're different skin tones and you have privilege and you can do things that I can't do and people treat me different and you have to use your privilege. And I'm just like, okay, I'm all for teaching racism to children and the bad that comes from racism, but the approach. Let's talk about the approach. Approach is so important. I was sitting there looking like I'm pretty sure that there's simpler and better, more efficient ways to teach children racism that don't require a 5-year-old black girl telling another 5-year-old white girl she needs to use her privilege and blah blah. Like, I'm sorry, but it just no. Like, and I also made a video about this a long time ago about how Trump got elected, and that is the fact that poor and middle class white people, because they have this mentality that, you know, because they're white they have privilege, blah blah blah, but they're poor and they're middle class, therefore they're not in society where they think they should be as a white person. So when Trump came along and Trump was outwardly racist, they thought that Trump was going to put them on that pedestal that they should be in. They thought that if Trump made it a thing to be, you know, outwardly racist, and it'd be okay. If Trump made that a thing again, that they would be on that pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Like, poor and middle class white individuals want to be put on that pedestal because people keep telling white people that they have privilege. And so when you meet a white person that's not in that position to look down on you, they will do stuff, they will do things to get up there on that pedestal, including voting for racist people like Trump. They thought that Trump would get them to a place where even with their low wage jobs, they can still look down on you and treat you like shit. You get what I'm saying? It's all a psychological thing. So it is ingrained in them to act like they're superior. They don't even have to be racist anymore, but it is ingrained in them to act superior. Now let's think about that. Let's think about that. It's an issue. Like, we've all heard the stories of, minorities being with like a white partner, and then as soon as like there's a breakup, or as soon as one of them is mad with each other, all the racist things start coming out. Like, look, I'm not gonna get into that. But I'm just saying that there is a deep rooted issue with white mentality that we are contributing to. Nobody's talking about that. Why is nobody talking about that? Because at the end of the day, the only issue is not racism, because racism encompasses a lot of things, and this is one of them. This is what contributes to that racism. This is what allows that racism to run rampant, and nobody's talking about it. Like, at the end of the day, the reason why I came to this conclusion is because I feel uncomfortable sometimes when I'm around white people. Not because I feel I'm underneath them, but sometimes they look at you differently than they look at other people, And I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but if you're at your workplace and you say something and it's taken with a grain of salt, but the minute Courtney or Karen or whatever say the same thing, all of a sudden is an amazing idea. I don't know, but that gotta tell you something. Anyway, that was pretty much it. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree, or if you know something else that contributes to this deep-seated issue. Deep-seated? Is that it? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. About 65% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so please don't forget to subscribe. Please give it a like. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.